The goal is not to get over fear or guilt. It is to co-create with it. Hey, it's Heather Chauvin, wife, mother of 3 boys, former social worker, dreamer, recovering rescuer, stage 4 cancer survivor. I started my motherhood journey when I was 18. I was single and living off government assistance. Beyond all of these titles and labels, I'm a human being, just like you, attempting to navigate it all while feeling good. My goal on this podcast is to show you that you can live an energized, sustainable life both at home and in your work. On this show, I attempt to keep it real with stories, interviews, and random thoughts. This is not a business or career podcast, and it's not a parenting podcast. It's both and so much more. You will laugh, you will cry, and maybe even get a little frustrated with the truth you've been hiding from yourself. I believe all human behavior is a language, whether it's through your child's behavior, your health, or a relationship. And when we learn to listen instead of react, we begin to understand what it truly means to feel alive and in control. If you haven't already, go grab a copy of my book, Dying to Be a Good Mother. You can purchase it wherever books are sold online. And if you're interested in how to integrate this work into your life and get quicker results, you can learn more about my mastery and mastery business coaching experiences at heatherchauvin.com/work with me. Heather Chauvin, CHAUVIN.com/work with me. And you have a personal question or a topic you'd like me to answer on this podcast, then text me 313-710-5199. 313-710-5199. All right, let's change your life. Let's dig in. All right, everyone, I'm back, and today I'm really excited to talk about fear and guilt. This is one of my favorite topics because they are very sneaky, but this is how you gain emotional freedom. You gain emotional freedom when you understand the language of emotion and feelings. And when you understand the language of emotion and feelings, you literally transform every area of your life. You transform your parenting, creating deeper connection, compassion, overcoming a lot of your past and traumas. You create deeper intimacy in your partnerships, in your relationships. Your relationship with time improves. Your relationship with your finances improves. Your relationship with fulfillment and your desires improves. But here's the catch. Here's the catch. Everyone always asks me, how do I get over fear? How do I get over guilt? I'm like, listen, I don't know. I have no idea. Because I am a physical being. I'm a soul having a physical human experience. And part of the human experience is emotion. And when you understand that emotion, feelings are here to guide you, right? Here to guide you back home to yourself. They're not here to sabotage you. They're not here to scare you. They're not here to make you angry. They're here to guide you back home to your true, authentic self. When you begin to believe that and you begin to understand the language of it, this is where magic happens. This is where magic happens. So people talk about manifestation all the time. I hear law of attraction, manifesting, alignment, and they sell it like it's this quick fix. It's this like, just think positive and, magical things will happen. But here's the deal. You can just think positive. That's awesome. Great. But what are you going to do about the beliefs? What are you going to do about the stories? What are you going to do about the physical sensations that pop up? You can't affirmation your way out of this. So I've been talking to a lot of women lately and on the app as well. So if you want to talk to me directly, you're welcome to text me 313-710-5199. It's an American phone number. I get a lot of people asking me questions there, talking about podcast topics. In the future, I'm also going to be doing some live coaching on the podcast as well. And I send out requests via that app that I send my text messages through. So if you want to get on that list, I highly, highly suggest you text me 313-710-5199. 313-710-5199. Okay. So back to fear and guilt. They're not bad. They're not negative. They're not bad and negative, okay? So they're coming along for the ride. We're like, hey, fear, come here. Hey, guilt, come here. Hey, anger, come here. Hey, sadness, come on over. I remember when I started, this is a personal story, when I started this personal development journey, and I was investing in one of my first mentors, I was joining this like mastermind group, and the group was $200 a month. And that felt like a lot of money to me at the time. I did not have $200 a month to invest, but I invested it anyways because, do it scared, right? And I was so determined and focused to believe in the vision and the work that I'm doing. So I remember talking to the founder of this group, and she's like, why now? Why is now the right time? And, I said, I got over my fear. She's like, I'm over my fear. And she's like, what? How are you over your fear? And I didn't understand what she was talking about because I got over like one hump of my fear, like my biggest fear. And then that one was no longer holding me back. But what I didn't understand was why she was so baffled by my reaction to that question was because as a business owner, as a parent, as somebody who's a visionary and committed to living a life that feels good, to living an aligned life, you are facing fear on a daily basis. Because your brain has a negativity bias, your brain is going to go to comfort and safety, right? So when your brain is going to comfort and safety, it's giving you this perception that is safe, that is safe, that is safe. And the second you say, I see what you're doing there, that's not really safe. That feels like death. That feels awful. I'm going to choose me. I'm going to choose my soul. I'm going to choose happiness. I'm going to choose alignment. The second you do that, you're jumping outside of your comfort zone. And when you jump outside of your comfort zone, that's where the fear and the guilt pop up. And so when fear and guilt pop up, we are conditioned typically as a culture to allow our fear and guilt to hold us back. But when you are living an aligned life, you have to face your fear on a daily basis. Like every single day, I'm co-creating my life with my fear. I'm like, I see you, but you are not running and dictating my actions today. I see you, but you are not running and dictating my actions today. So when we are parenting out of fear, we're in our comfort zone, even if that means we're yelling. When we are working out of fear, we're staying in jobs that are not soul fulfilling because of the paycheck, right? So you're choosing the paycheck over soul fulfillment. And the paycheck can still come, but you have to be willing to take that unknown risk, which is why so many people have struggled in this last year. The unknown, the fear of the unknown is terrifying for most people. So when you're co-creating with fear, this is what happens. Every day, you got to feel it in your body. Where does it show up? How do you know you're afraid? Do you feel it in your gut? Do you feel it in your chest? Do you feel it in your heart? Do you feel it in your head? If you are disconnected from your body, you're not going to be able to feel it. You're not going to be able to connect to that feeling. And so the more you're connecting to your body, the more you're connecting to your breath, the more you can say, hey, I see you. What do you need from me? You're not running the show. I see you. You're scared. It's okay. And then all of a sudden you're starting to conscious parent yourself. Mindfulness. Energetic boundaries. all of this magical shit. And guilt is the same thing. So the definition of guilt is I am doing something bad. I'm doing something bad. Well, if you actually believe that going for that walk that you feel guilty of or spending that money on yourself is that you're doing something bad, and you believe that story that you're telling yourself, you're not going to invest in yourself. You're not going to take the time for yourself. And you will be in this constant cycle of guilt. And then you're going to feel shittier and shittier and shittier, and your body will break down, your life will break down. And then you're going to ask yourself, what's going on? How do I get out of this cycle? But you are the one that gets out of the cycle. You have to chronically reinvest every single day to co-create your life with fear and guilt. So you get to choose how bad it gets. And you also get to choose how good it gets. So co-create your life with fear and guilt. It never goes away. Never goes away. And if it does, and somebody is not experiencing fear or guilt, I'm very curious as to what they're doing. And here's my thing. There are moments when I am not experiencing fear or guilt, when I am fully in alignment and when I'm out of my head and out of my ego. And that would be sometimes I experience that complete state of alignment in meditation or when I'm doing a lot of energetic work on myself, which is what I preach inside of our mastery and our mastery business coaching programs, which is energetic time management. And it's really about like, what do I need right now to get back in alignment, right? What do I need to get back in alignment? So there are a lot of moments and pockets of time where I'm not experiencing the fear or the guilt. But because I'm a soul having a human experience, part of my human experience is experiencing contrast because the fear actually brings me back home and in alignment. That said, if you've ever said to yourself, I will take action when, I will do this when, or how do I get rid of fear or how do I get rid of guilt? What I believe you're actually saying is, I don't want to feel it. I don't want to feel it. I'm afraid of my feelings. I'm afraid to feel. And if we're afraid to feel the ones that we don't desire, we will never feel joy. We will never feel contentment. We will never feel fulfillment and alignment. So co-create with fear and guilt. They are not bad. They are here to guide you back home to yourself. I hope today was helpful. Let me know. Send me a message on Instagram at Heather Chauvin, a text message 313-710-5199. And if you are ready to dive into the deep end of your life in 2021 or 2022, attend our open house for our Mastery and our Mastery Business Coaching programs. Head on over to heatherchauvin.com/mastery. We are digging deep. I'm talking all things, showing you how to get out of your own way, how this program can be a service to you, the community, and how people get results quicker. Stop sitting on the sidelines of your life. You have won, and your children are growing up fast. heatherchauvin.com/mastery.
I'll never forget the very first day I met Heather. I've been in her community and working with her for 2 years, and it has been the most impactful 2 years of my life. The very first time I met her at an event, she was doing a talk about her technique called energetic time management. And it was in that very moment that I realized that not only did I not know how to prioritize myself, but I actually had no idea what it was that I needed. I threw caution to the wind and followed my intuition. I signed on the dotted line, and in the last 2 years, I have transformed my emotional well-being. I'm in control of my big emotions, and I no longer make decisions out of fear, and I'm really, really working towards abolishing guilt. So if you have the opportunity to work with Heather, you're crazy not to.
Well, that's it. And I wanted to thank you for listening today because I truly believe you are exactly where you need to be. And now I have a favor to ask. In exchange for the value you've gained from this free podcast, I'd be forever grateful if you would leave us a review on iTunes. Share the show with at least one woman in your life who you feel would benefit, and or take a screenshot and share it on social media. And always feel free to tag me at Heather Chauvin. The world does not benefit from your guilt and fatigue. The world needs more women who are willing to unlearn everything they've been taught. Women who are courageous enough to feel good and not let guilt run the show. I believe you are that courageous woman. To see if my community and coaching is the right fit for you and your big vision, the relationships you desire, the money, time, energy that you know deep down you are capable of creating, then head on over to heatherchauvin.com/work with me. That's Heather Chauvin, CHAUVIN.com/work with me, and take the next step in the right direction. Taking a stand for how you feel means you are taking a stand for how your children show up as adults. And if you have a personal question or topic you'd like me to answer on the podcast, text me 313-710-5199. 313-710-5199. You are so worthy of feeling good. Now go do some scary shit.